My reflection today is on Michelangelo Pieta. This is a masterpiece created by a genius and a giant of the world of art. My reflection is focused on the relationship between mother and child, a relationship which includes birth, life, death, and new life. Firstly, let's focus on the relationship between Michelangelo and his own mother. He was born in 1475. His mother died in 1481, when he was still a young child. Then in 1499, he came up with this masterpiece. Michelangelo lived his life in a house full of men. His father was a fairly difficult character, and he grew up with squabbling siblings. Michelangelo himself was a man of difficult character and enormous passions. And that's why, to me, all his life, he's searching for something that is always missing in his life. This statue is the mark of a man who has lost his mother when he was young, and therefore for him, his mother will always remain young and beautiful. Now look at the expression of her face. It is the face of a grieving mother, but it's not a mother overcome by grief. Look at the way she's holding Christ. It's like a mother cradling her newborn son. This is the expression of a woman holding in her arms her dead son and reflecting and remembering his whole life from birth to death. In the words of the poet Irene Zimmerman, this mother is reflecting how she wove him in her womb for 9 months, saying to herself, "This is my body, my blood." How beneath the watching eyes of donkey, ox and sheep, she rocked him, crooning, "This is my body, this is my blood." How she watched him going out on his ministry with all the challenges and difficulties. And all the way in her heart, the words kept coming back, "There goes my body, my blood." The way this sculpture spoke to me was that at this very moment, when she's holding her son in her arms, she realizes that the death of her son is not an ending, is not a failure. On the contrary, she realizes that the death of her son is the greatest act of love for the world. The death of her son unleashes a love which is total, complete, and unconditional in the world. A love that will reach out to every human being, that will reach out to all of creation. As she is holding the lifeless body of her son, she remembers his words, and she remembers that her role as a mother is not ended. Her son told her, "Woman, this is your son," when speaking of John, but not just of John, but to each one of us, to you and to me. We become her children. But look at her hands. With one hand, she's tenderly holding the body of her son, but the other hand is reaching out to us. Her role as a mother is not completed now. As the mother of the church, she's offering us the body of Jesus, not as a lifeless body, but as the risen Christ, reminding us every time we gather for Eucharist with the words that Jesus himself said, "This is my body, my blood for you." And every time we gather for Eucharist and those words are spoken, "This is my body, my blood," we, the church, the members of the church, the body of Christ, receive what we are. We are the body of Christ. But then we are called to become what we consume. Then we are told, "Do this in memory of me." But what does this mean? We are then sent as the body and blood of Christ out into the world. Go and do the same to remember me. Go and be the body and blood of Christ to your brothers and sisters. Go to your brothers and sisters and recognize in them the body and blood of Christ. When we encounter our brothers and sisters, especially those who are weak, poor, marginalized, downtrodden, the ones that are rejected by society, it is Christ himself who loudly whispers in our ears, "This is my body, my blood." And it is in answering this calling that we ensure that our mother church remains forever young. Because like Mary, our mother, when we're reaching out to a person who is in need, to the least of our brothers and sisters, we are holding Christ in our arms like she did. And as November is approaching, I want to explore the ideas of all saints and all souls through art. I'm starting with this painting by Swanson titled Procession. Thank you for watching. Bye now.